Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of Star Chasers, our Spelljammer campaign. So, this week we're joined by a very special guest. It's Ramrod Dude, Garret, down there.
Yay.
And we'll introduce his character in a little bit. Last time, the Centurion Hawk, notorious hunk of junk that made the Glyph run in less than 8 footlongs, was captured by Manshun and his space Zentarum. After some negotiation, and an insistence that the following deal be neutral, good, or better, the party bargained for the captain of their ship's life by offering to do 3 tasks for Manshun. Pardon me. Number 1 was make a deal with Doar, who are telepathic corporate space penguins, which...
As you do.
Yeah. I think some members of the party saw why Manshun did not want to deal with them. They were not exactly fun, and they were a little annoying. And Hester, especially, who likes to read minds, got caught in a feedback loop.
It was nightmarish.
But Marley loved the space penguins.
I did too.
And Storm successfully negotiated, including the trading of their ship, the aforementioned hunk of junk, so that perhaps they can continue roaming space a little less obviously, at least for a bit, until they can deal with Alvar's bounty issue. The 3 Star Chasers are in the bar in the Glacier asteroid, or the Iceberg asteroid, the bar called the Half-Mast. And because all pub and bar names are double entendres.
Yes.
Ariel, you have been contacted planetside by someone you've done business with in the past. You know they are a planeswalker or an off-worlder, a wizard of some power. And he's contacted you and told you to meet some out-of-towners on the asteroid, and you have to act as their guide. He described them to you as a teenage elf, a fancy cat man, which maybe threw you off a little bit because you're used to mostly people on Innistrad, the occasional werewolf. So you're like, is it a lycanthrope? And a stuck-up halfling who would appear but as a child to your eyes.
It was described as a stuck-up halfling?
Stuck-up halfling, yes. That is how Manshun describes Hester.
Tracks. The indignity subtandrew.
So, you've been in the bar for a bit, scanning it. You eventually do see the 3 aforementioned people sitting at the bar. They seem to be discussing something, celebrating a deal, ordering space chasers.
2 more.
Wait, is this with the penguins?
The penguins are still around. They're finalizing some paperwork. The penguins are about 4 feet tall, and they're very gaudily dressed, you'd say. They're wearing lots of bright colors, bright robes. And you can see there are other members of they're called the Doar, of their species, are out throughout the bar dealing with them, and occasionally you see one in full armor head to toe, and it kind of just like RoboCop waddles back and forth. Here we go. Oh, a little further. There we go. Okay. So, Ariel, what would you like to do?
I will monitor the situation for a little while to see if the Doar are going to appear to want to leave anytime soon.
Okay.
And if it doesn't look like that's going to happen within the next 5 to 10 minutes, grow readily impatient and just stomp over to the group.
Okay. At the end of your patience window, the Doar finally get the hint that they're no longer wanted around here, and they tell the Star Chasers that Manshun can, when he delivers his money, his 7 ships will be prepared for him, and it will take a couple days, but he knew that. He knew it wasn't going to be like a right now deal. And they can pick them up here, and then they start to waddle off.
And our replacement craft, our trade craft, would that also be the same timetable? They didn't.
Yes.
They don't differentiate them because they think they're part of the same deal.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough. It was a nightmare. Storm, you did very well.
Well, thank you. I thought it worked out very well. Why was what happened? Why was it so bad? About?
They're telepathic, aren't they? So I was in their brains while they were speaking, while they're also telepathically speaking.
Oh.
Cullen needs that cell.
Was...
He's going to get his, but you know.
Why don't you just not go in their brains if you know that they're telepathic?
Did you know they were telepathic?
Yes, we were told the different. So that's why it was in their brains, so they couldn't scam us. It was just very chattersome.
Okay. I don't know. It feels sort of apt, ironical. Do you know that term, ironical?
Yeah, I believe you've made it up.
Perhaps I have.
Is that what dwarves do? Ironical?
Yeah.
Marley, my sweet star child.
I thought I was your sweet. No, I'm your summer child.
Yes. No.
Am I? No.
Everything.
Did I dream that? Is that
someone?
Is that an English person? What's English?
We're shipping you with the captain.
This space madness is afflicting me. Anyway, shipping me? What? No. Look, I stand. Look, there's nothing more beautiful than doing what is right when it is apparent that right must be done, and that to learn that someone who not only does what is right but doesn't walk around saying I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Granted, it is sort of something that would get you killed, I guess, if everyone knew, but they don't wear it on their sleeves. This guy just, he comes across like any old jerk, but really, he's a jerk with a heart of gold, right? That sounds good. I'm gonna write that down.
I don't know what Storm's talking about anymore.
I'm talking about the captain.
Oh, okay.
See, this is why I
Pay it to keep up. What have you been drinking, Marley?
Moon juice.
Oh,
it is on offer, yes.
You've been hanging out with Moon Elves. Are you used to this stuff? Do they have that? Yeah.
As a notoriously creepy person, do I clock any other notoriously creepy people?
Give me a perception or insight check, please.
It won't go well. I assure you, I'd put no points in it because I'm dim. 11.
Okay. Nope.
No. Excellent.
Just
I'm kind of metaphysically nearsighted. I'm very good.
I'm not necessarily trying to hide.
It's still just
scanning.
Like maybe eyes linger on you, linger on Ariel for a second, and no. Scanning. The Dragonborn in the corner seems weird, but
that's true. I clock him.
I think to myself, this must be is it stuck-up halfling?
Yes.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yes.
And I take this as my cue to walk over to the table.
Okay. The three of you are approached by Ariel. Would you like to describe her, Garret?
Yeah, so she stands just short of about 6 feet tall, long, dark hair, very pale skin, not unnaturally so, but maybe borderline. No pupils, which stands out, and heavily armored in splint mail, carrying a shield upon her back and many accoutrement of weapons. I would say the only other thing that stands out is she has this beautiful sort of small golden reliquary that dangles from a chain at her belt, and her armor still carries the stains of many a battle on it.
Heads up.
And she just sort of looks at each of the three, and she says, "Out of towners, indeed."
Hello, we are travelers. Yes, we've been to many places. Are you a traveler? Or have you only lived in one place?
Yes, mostly Innistrad. You are peculiar, aren't you?
I am. I pride myself on it. It's a family trait. My name is... Borderline?
Borderline, too much sin on your lips.
Sin? These are whiskers, friend. They tell me what's what. They let me know when something's maybe a little too close. That's how they operate. I value them. So if they're sins, I wear them proudly. My name is Storm of Stars. And you?
I am called Ariel.
Ariel.
Well met, Ariel. Sorry about the sin on our lips. Yes, well met. We are, in fact, out of towners. Well spotted. But, well, no, that's about says it all. We are out of towners. Well spotted.
Would you care to join us? You're welcome to.
Unfortunately, I have to. I was charged to.
By whom or what inclination? I often have people suddenly just run over to me, feel compelled to introduce themselves or not.
Do I know my contact's name, Andy?
Yes, you know his name is Manshun.
Oh, so I say that. Manshun.
He friend of yours?
Friend is a strong word.
Yeah, I would agree. It is a strong word. These are my friends.
Yes.
So Manshun is your employer?
At the moment, I suppose.
Well, I suppose we're on a somewhat of a lateral position then, because we're currently subcontracting for Manshun. So, are you here pursuant to our ends?
Yes, to our ends. Do you mean to do violence against us?
That's not what I'm talking about.
No, yes, I think it is. And if you mean to do us violence, you have to tell us. I think that's the law.
Is there something that you've done that is deserving of violence to be done to you, stuck-up halfling?
Yeah, well, certainly sent by Manshun. That's clear as day now. No, Alvar is the one you're looking for. He's over there negotiating with penguin men.
Can I buy you a drink?
No, thank you.
Food?
No, I'm not hungry.
Perhaps a light dessert?
No.
Okay. Do you bring our next task? What were you tasked with?
I'm just charged to meet these out-of-towners and wait for further orders.
Oh, from us? You want us to order you to do something?
No.
Oh, all right. From...
Can I get perception checks from everyone, please?
Oh, it's not going to get better than the last time. I don't see why. Actually, it's a 19.
There we go.
I got
take that.
18, yeah, take
18?
that.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
17.
I was going to say the Druid should get a good score, too. Okay. Everyone notices that people around the bar are kind of moving out of the way as you all see a snake with wings carrying a little envelope in its mouth flying its way through the crowd. And it pulls up next to your table and spits out the envelope and then waits there expectantly.
I'm going to get a snack from the table and give it to him as like a tip.
You will.
Okay. I'm gonna
I snatch up the note.
Pet his nose a little bit.
Okay.
Boop his snoot a little bit.
Much bigger than I am. So, yes.
He's cute.
The letter is addressed to the out-of-towners and Ariel. And opening it, Ariel, you can see that inside is a small map with a lake, and it asks you to locate an object that Manshun believes is near this lake, perhaps nearby. The object is the Mask of Vronos.
Okay.
Vronos.
Yes, exactly. And the lake.
You said that was what, Andy? A mask?
A mask, yes.
Okay.
And it is Maurer Lake. Maurer. Maurer.
I knew a girl with that last name once. Honest engine. Anyway, I didn't know she owned a lake.
So I'll share the information with the group and say that we are going to Lake Marwer. We are looking for this mask. Come on, let's go. And I want to hand the note to, is it Marley?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, here, I trust you with this. Your gums don't flap needlessly.
Okay. Sign of a good education to be polite.
Andy, am I getting like mad home vibes from her?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very Shadowfell-esque.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Big
clam up.
Shadar-kai energy over here.
Yeah. Now, you too have lived in a damp hellhole for your entire life.
Yeah, I'm gonna clam up like a nerd at prom.
I'm gonna sing. Singing aloud to myself. I'm gonna do that counter charm thing. I can.
Okay.
I would like to message young Marlborough Q Elf.
Marlborough.
And ask her to ask her new friend whether or not this mask is notoriously evil. That would be a breach of contract, I think.
I'll make an Arcana check too about the mask if that's cool.
Sure.
Thank you. See if I know anything about it.
Is there anything in Let's Go Flu about the mask?
Natural 19, so 22.
Okay. So the answer to both, is it in Let's Go Phlogiston is no.
No.
The answer to Storm's question is, with a 19, you are certain that it is not from Toral space or any of the other planes that Toral has access to. So you think it would be a native to Innistrad artifact.
Okay, so I know that I don't know anything about it,
right.
Basically.
Right.
Okay.
Which...
That's something.
Yes.
But I know it really well, so...
You are certain of that.
I'm so certain that I know nothing about this. Listen, I know, nothing about this, guys. How about the lake? No, probably not.
Now...
And we'll chalk that up to under local color in the book, I suppose.
Hey, Ariel, can I ask a question real quick before we go?
Sure.
Is this mask evil? Do you know?
How much do I know about the mask, Andy, or where we're going?
So you are familiar with the lake immediately. It's in the Stensia region. Let's see. And you know it is on the Marer estate, and that there are consistent rumors that he is a vampire.
Okay.
Yeah, feel what you will about vampires, but you most likely do not like them.
They suck.
Oh.
It's very true.
The mask itself,
They really bite too.
yeah. The mask itself, give me an Arcana check.
This probably doesn't go well.
I'll assist you if you cheer to, if you want help.
16.
16? Okay. Let's see. With a 16, the name does sound familiar to you. And let's see. You think the name Verona sounds familiar to you. You remember there was an Inquisitor by that name, but you had heard that he was dead.
Okay.
And that he had perhaps even left Innistrad for a while, that he may be one of these planeswalkers you have heard about.
Okay. So then I'll probably answer Marley and say, if the name of the mask, or who the mask is named after, is any indication, then I don't think it will be evil. But where we're going most certainly is. And so I'll cast False Life to give myself some temporary HP.
Okay.
You just see a shadow sort of descend over her body.
Are we outside?
A very tall body.
Are we outside, Andy?
You're still in the bar.
Okay. I don't know what. I think someone's covering one of the torches.
Yes, now. Well, let's go immediately and quit flapping our gums.
I'm playing a
That's
song.
the best thing that you've said all day, stuck up.
Hester, by the way, I do have a name. Just
popularity.
worth noting. Yes, let's go.
Keeping the fear away, counter charm. Keeping us independent. Counter charm.
So, Ariel,
Keeping the fear away.
you got to the bar through a teleportation circle that is located in the back. And
Okay.
if you head back that way, the attendant, who is a sort of scruffy Eladrin wizard, he's like a teenager. He's like the Shaggy of Eladrin.
Dirty teenager.
Yeah, he's
elf.
a dirty teenager. He's kind of smells a little bit. He's easily startled.
Just because you're eternal doesn't mean you don't have to wash. Come on.
I took a bath 50 years ago. Is that not good?
Heavens,
Like
it doesn't get better
impossibly beautiful, like 20-year-olds you see in Williamsburg who just don't have any hygiene powers.
lower. Fumes were supposed to rise.
Right. No open flames around this kid. Okay.
Prestidigitate some.
It's like day 4 of a long con,
Yes.
Certain areas
Totally. In the car after driving back. Windows down, AC. That's it.
Yeah.
August.
I can
For dotting I's and crossing T's purposes, I will message Alvar a couple times to see to preparations, and we'll be planet-side, getting his... turning a profit, perhaps.
Okay. The Eladrin wizard will ask where you all are going.
I'll answer Lake Marwar.
He'll kind of. Right away, sir. Ma'am.
You all saw that face, right? It's not a good face.
Ma'am, sir?
Ma'am.
Sir, ma'am?
Sir and ma'ams. There we go.
Huh?
Look. One sir.
Don't make me prove you wrong.
3 ma'ams. I don't usually serve lycanthropes, but okay.
I'll serve you, mate. Yeah. I have some soap in my bag. I'm going to give it to you. Hang on. It's on my sheet.
My crystals.
You're going to miss the avionics for sure.
I use Toms of Maine. It works.
Oh, God, no, it doesn't. Don't get me started on this.
Tree bark. Better off.
Dude, I used to work on Haight Street in San Francisco. Don't ever say that.
Yep.
I know.
Oh, I used to work at a Whole Foods. It does not work.
Yeah, mental high five.
Yeah.
Yep. Patchouli is not a substitute,
Nope.
dude. Patchouli and crystals. Sorry. Okay. You're real nice. Have a good burn, Elf. Okay.
And he'll say that he can get you close, but you're going to have to do some walking. And he walks around the circle and draws a couple runes and symbols, and then casts teleportation circle.
I'm like copying what he's doing as fast as I can before we disappear.
Yeah. He takes his time, so you have enough time to copy it. So,
do you want an Arcana check? Or?
Sure. Let's see if you copy it very
well. It was okay. It was a 14.
14? Okay. You're pretty sure you got it.
Okay.
We'll
see.
We'll see if you need it later.
Not that I can really do anything. Well, yeah, we'll see.
In matters of teleportation, I really feel pretty sure is where you want to be.
Okay. So,
can I ask him why he can only get us so close?
He'll say that he can only teleport you to established circles, and there is a circle nearby, but not exactly at the lake. He says it's about, you'll have to walk for about an hour. Can
I make an insight check?
Sure.
And I'm going to ask...
any
not 20.
Universe?
Dude.
You think that he's holding out on you. He could cast a better spell, he just doesn't want to.
Oh, this is bad news.
I'm gonna ask him. So I don't know this because I didn't doubt him necessarily. Although my passive insight is, that's fair, 13. So I'm gonna ask him like, well, so where will we materialize?
He says you will materialize on the somber road about an hour outside of the lake.
Is there a happy lane maybe instead?
It's just going to be a planet-wide Shadowlands, isn't it?
Yeah,
I went to the Shadowfell. So that was rough.
I want to grab him up by the scruff of his neck.
Okay.
And I want to look him straight in the eye with my pupilless eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, I'm going to give you one opportunity.
He has pupilless eyes too. Sorry. Go on.
I'm going to give you one opportunity to tell me what you're hiding and why you can't get us closer. Remember, you speak to an inquisitor, and if I deem it so, and you are guilty, you will not survive.
His eyes get real big. And he will say, I'm supposed to save 7th level spells for VIPs. But obviously, I just didn't get the memo, and of course I can teleport you right to the lake.
Then do that.
Okay.
I'll let him go.
Andy, I'm gonna... do I know anything about Inquisitor in the context that was just displayed for me? I just rolled a... what is it? Sorry. 16.
You, because you are not familiar with Innistrad, you are not familiar with the specific religious Inquisitor order that Ariel would be a part of, but you are certainly familiar enough with the concept of religious inquisitors. You've traveled enough at this point, both on Toril and off-world, where, in some jurisdictions, the church is more than just the church. They are also judge, jury, and executioner.
Historically, it's always worked out.
Paladin. Huh.
Fantastic.
I'm very... Okay. So, Chad is going to send us closer?
It's Chad, but yes.
To Chad. Chad! Like 5 A's.
There's an apostrophe in there.
I was certain it spelled chode.
There's like a... Oh... There's a tilde somewhere in there too.
Yeah.
Everyone knows like how to pronounce that part of it.
There's an umlaut, but only over some of the A's.
It's a wandering umlaut. On some days, it's inflected further down the A line. On other days, earlier.
It depends on what season of Eladrin he's in.
Totally right.
Right now, he's when everyone is shitting his pants.
That's fall.
That would be autumn, right?
Yeah.
Right, everything falls exactly.
Yes.
So he will kind of walk back around the circle and kind of foot erase the symbols, and then he will
copying the new thing.
Wave his hand and cast teleport on all of you, and you will appear on the lake's the edge of a lake. It's surrounded by a dense, foggy wood, and you can see there are a couple ramshackle huts placed haphazardly near the edge of the lake, like fisherman huts or mostly probably fisherman huts.
Yeah.
Do we see any other beings, creatures, people?
Circle to circle teleportation is much easier on the Constitution.
Yeah, quick scanning. You can see there is, on the lake itself, there is a lonely figure on a boat. They appear to be fishing. And in the distance, you can see someone's stopped their wagon by the side of the lake. It seems like they're having a rest at the lakefront. And then 2 shacks down, there appears to be an individual kind of just staring out into the lake.
Is there like a mandate on the lake that only one person can be out there at a time? So they have to be
waiting my turn.
They don't want to overfish. They're really conservation's important here.
Quit hogging the lake.
God damn it, Gerald, your time's up.
It's creepy as fuck here, but they have the best Green New Deal of any Crystal Sphere setup. Okay. Wow.
Can I say, Marley, would you please take a look at that map and tell us which way we should be going?
Yes. Sure. Try and orient the map.
Okay. Can I have a survival check, please?
Survival check. All right.
You can guide your own skill checks.
You roll a 1, you die.
If you're really hoping to impress Senpai here.
Okay.
What did you say? Empire?
Senpai.
Oh, sorry. Senpai.
Yeah, I'm gonna guidance myself, but try and do it subtly.
Okay. Like turn to face away from everyone, and like bury your face in the map and guidance.
Yeah.
You can do this, Marty. You're a big girl. Stop it.
It's googling the direction while in your jacket. It's guidance.
Yeah, googling the directions while someone else is telling them to you. So you turn left. Right. Google Maps.
Okay, so I got a 27.
Oh my god.
I guess we're gonna survive, guys.
Yeah, someone has a wisdom score.
Okay.
Wise.
Yeah. Someone survived the Shadowfell for 100+ years.
I'm still looking.
Ariel thinks to herself. I knew I asked the right one to do the job.
That's undeniable. Yes.
So looking at the map, you immediately deduce where you are on the map. And Manshun has circled potential search locations from his research and his scrying. One of them is one of the shacks nearby, and you determine it's the shack nearest the person staring off into the distance. Another one is the dead center of the lake. He just has a very tight little circle, and you think if you got out on a boat and perhaps shapeshifted into an aquatic creature, you could dive and search there. And then the other one is on the far side of the lake, and your keen elf eyes looking across the lake. I know. Looking across the lake, you can see that it looks like there is a ruined structure of some kind. It was maybe a guard tower.
Okay.
Oh, with my stout halfling heart, I think that's racist.
Huh?
What do your keen elf eyes see, Legolas? Wow, Aragorn, a racist is what they see.
I can't just ask people about their elf eyes.
Nice one too, guys. Made me laugh. So, do you share the information, or are you gonna be a secret Santa about this?
No. Hey. Most honorable Inquisitor Ariel, the first. According to the map, it looks like that shack over there with the guy staring out into the lake is maybe a place to look, and then the dead center of the lake, about where another guy is out on the boat, and then way over there in that guard tower on the other side of the lake, maybe.
Okay. Ariel will just start walking towards the shack that has this figure, this individual standing by it.
Okay.
Come on, Hester. Don't let your lips slow us down.
Okay.
So hey, what? Hang on. Is there some hierarchy chance happening?
Let's just get it over with, Storm.
Okay. I can get us out on that lake, Marley. If it's close enough, if you want to turn into a fish or something. But should we go along with Prince Charming here? Princess Charming? Charmaine? Is that her name? What is it?
Yes.
Ariel? Yeah, okay.
She can murder 1.5 of us per turn. I think, yes, we should just go.
Also, I'm kind of wary of real big scary things in that lake. If it's anything like my house, my home.
Oh.
I do wish I'd paid more attention when you were telling me about your home.
I used to be afraid of the water, and then I dated a mermaid, and my fears shifted. So
was she a Shadowfell mermaid? Because
debatable.
we don't go until
I'll get
lakes
back to
at home.
You really?
Yeah.
Is that where the hygiene thing comes in with the other one? Is that a thing? I honestly asking. I lick myself to get clean.
Well, I'm keeping pace myself because my lips aren't slowing me down.
Well, I'm walking along. I'm I'm faster than you are. Hester, look.
Yes, I know. I'm running.
Huh?
I'm essentially dashing, and you aren't even noticing.
Sorry. Here, let me do the same. I fucking go 60 feet.
Hell,
I'll
now
wait
we're
for
just
you here,
turning off.
Hester. Yeah.
I think very
So
helpful.
I go past Ariel because I use feline agility to double my speed. So I'm there ahead of him.
Okay.
And you were going to the shack with the dude who's staring at the lake? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I just say there's hope for you yet, Hester.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is dude like? Here.
I sarcastically curtsy behind her back, hopefully.
So the guy staring off into the lake is wearing a thick tan raincoat. You can see out the side he's got big mutton chops, thick heavy boots, dark muddied pants, and he unless you go around in front of him, you can't see his face because his hood is up. But yeah, he's just staring off into the lake, and his shack is behind him. It seems unoccupied other than him. So there's nobody in it right now, and it seems like he's the only one who lives there.
Okay, so as I was dashing forward, I will cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to approach, how far were we, say? How close do I get with my double burst before?
Your speed's 60, so you are 30 feet from him.
Away from him. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to call out and say, hello, friend.
You can hear him kind of, don't have friends.
Oh, well, we're meeting for the first time, so perhaps you'll have a friend by the end of our meeting.
Doubt it.
Well, there's always possibilities. Surprise lives within every moment. My friends and I are looking for information about item. Perhaps you could help us. We're not from around here.
You can see him turn his head slightly to look at you, and he says, well, that's apparent. You're very eloquent and skinny for a werewolf.
I'm not... Whoa, werewolf? What are you... I am a cat man. I take off my hat. I have cat ears. This is a cat tail. These are whiskers. Cat... Why do I look like a wolf?
I don't think you're strengthening our case right now, Storm.
I'm sorry. This is a matter of, personal assertiveness. I don't know. I'm losing my words today.
No, listen, I would hate to be called a gnome. I do understand a little bit, but I do think the Goodman here simply isn't very familiar with out-of-towners.
First of all, body shaming. Second of all, race assumptions. Okay? I'm asking about an item. Skinny for a werewolf? I'm sorry. I'm here to rescue you. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
While the lips are flapping, can I use one of my divine sense?
Sure. So within 60 feet, let's think.
So it's just celestial, fiend, and undead.
Okay.
Or anything affected by a hallow spell,
right. Which
doesn't seem likely.
No. Much more likely to get desecrated around here. Okay. You detect neither fiends nor undead, so that's good. And you detect no celestials either, which in many cases is also good here. So you detect nothing within the range of divine sense.
Okay.
Storm, why don't you just cool out real quick? I apologize, my Goodman. As you have noted, we are from out of town, of course, except for Ariel, the Inquisitor here, who is guiding us around your plane, I think is safe to say here. But I am Hester, and I am on a mission of some good faith and will, and we understand that apparently your abode may hold key to our current search for a mask of some import. And it may not seem like it, but I'm absolutely trying to use folk hero right now.
Okay.
You definitely speak like a person of the people.
Yes, yes. The commoners love my shit. Watch this.
I forgot that was your
The
background.
little people all adore me.
Would it perhaps impress you to know that I am almost tenured? Yeah, see? This really wows the rubes.
He'll kind of turn to look off away from you for just a couple seconds. And then, almost like he is thinking or talking to himself. Not because he heard you and he's just thinking. And then he turns to look at you, and you all get a good look at him for the first time. He looks like that.
Oh, I scooted over. I only have a partial screen. There we go. Oh, yeah, he's friendly.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting those kind of anime male eyes where they're just not existent. Gone in shadow.
No, and he, turning around, he's kind of Quasimodo-esque. His skin is kind of very bumpy and boily. And he looks at you and he says, "You looking for a mask, you said?"
Yes, Ariel, you didn't tell me they grew them so handsome here. Yes, a mask. Is it bright out here all of a sudden? It's not.
He kind of clocks all four of you again, and his eyes linger on both Marley and Ariel, and he looks back and forth between the two of you, and he asks if you're with the church. Hold on a second.
Garlic bread again.
Sorry, you cut out for a second there, Garret.
And again.
Hold on. Hold, please.
Discord hates plot.
Let's go.
Discord.
Yeah, but at least he's making a very pleasant smile.
Yes. So let's go to the technical difficulties.
That's the best sort of frozen face I've
unmute. Okay. Sorry about that. So the creepy, deformed fisherman guy, he looked at Marley and Ariel, and he asked if they were the church, but as he's waiting for their answer, he's looking at you, Hester, like, I'm going to make my determination based on what they say, but I want to see what you think about what they say, kind of thing. He's being weird.
Yes.
I say not anymore.
I probably had no fucking poker face, so I'll be slightly alarmed because my impression was that she was actively church.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to conceal it, I suppose, but kind of...
She's actively something, that's for sure. And Marley says no.
No, never.
He'll nod.
I will say, Marley, you would have done well in the church.
I'm on sort of a spiritual life path. Not really church bound.
Yeah. He will...
I don't care to encourage gods.
He will say, well, we don't have any here, so you're in luck.
No gods?
No gods.
Oh.
Closest thing we had was an archangel. We don't like to talk about it much anymore.
Well, you just brought it up, so as long as it's up and running around, I'd be happy to hear about it.
He will turn his head and stare off into the distance again and say, well, touche then. Avacyn, our former savior and protector, went mad. And things have not been great since then.
As he starts to talk about this, you can tell Ariel's her sort of countenance is just, she's starting to get very irritated. Her fists are clenching as if she's trying to hold something back.
Okay, take a step away. So is that a hard no on checking your apartments?
I didn't even know we asked, did we?
You did. Yeah, he will turn and say, not much to check, but sure.
Sometimes it helps if I say I'm the Hester, but it feels very... Okay, well, okay. Goodman? Let's go just take a peek around, then, shall we?
Sure, I'll come with you.
Ariel, is there some kind of procedure here, or can I just open the door?
I'll just kick open the door.
Whoa! Hey! That's
a knob.
This is not. Yeah. Like.
What do you just all over again?
Does the door kick open?
Oh, totally.
Okay, I
Straight
walk
leg
in.
kick. Door flops right open.
I turn to the guy and I say, "I'm sorry about this person."
Does he seem terribly perturbed?
Not really.
Yes. Okay. Well,
like that's how you open doors around here.
Yeah.
Has a foot handle.
Like a flower pot.
There could have been a zombie behind it. You want to knock it down?
Oh, man.
Oh, huh. Interesting.
I know an Eladrin that would love this place.
Oh, I do too. Actually, come to think of it.
Walk
great.
in.
Yeah. Do you want an order, Andrew, or?
The hut is small, so you can all fit in at the same time. Although moving around would be a little cramped with the four of you, especially as Ariel is fairly tall.
I'm sorry, I can move through other creatures' spaces.
Oh, you can.
Deuces.
Unless my specific perception or investigation, I can wait outside and not make it so crowded.
Okay.
And you can whistle if you need me.
I will be in shortly after Ariel, simply because I feel like since I asked for entrance, I should be in.
Okay.
But are there any creepy masks?
Ariel and Hester are inside.
Yes.
Marley, you
inside also. Since
all right, I'll be by the door.
Seems an odd thing for the DM to be noting.
No. I'm not going without nibbles.
Can I get perception checks from everyone, please?
Con saves, got
including
it.
Storm.
I'm sure that
I got
a
dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Investigation, if it's better. Hester, possibly.
Yes, possibly, because otherwise I have a dirty 10.
Isn't it investigation?
Yes, I would run an investigation for a 12.
I'm wasting these really good rolls, and I feel like if any combat's coming, I'm going to be entirely useless. So,
okay.
24 investigation.
24. So Ariel and Marley are going to tear this place apart with their eyes.
27.
Yeah, 27. Okay.
Eye fucking the wall.
Yes, but did anyone notice that he has Fisher Girl Monthly under his mattress?
We're not flipping this place, okay? We're not buying it, flipping it. I'm sorry about my friends.
Okay. So, Hester, you're looking around, and with a 12, you're probably pretty quickly, well, it's not here. Like, just...
I found his missing 3 of clubs, I'll bet, on the floor.
I didn't immediately see it, therefore it's not here.
Oh, look, a cookie. Right.
That's the reason.
But with a more thorough investigation, Marley and Ariel, you do not find the mask here. However, you do see, as you get closer to his ram kind of pieced together bed and the headboard and the wall behind it, you do see a symbol that has been carved repeatedly into the wall and the headboard. I will draw it.
Is it Avicen's symbol?
Yes and no.
Is it this?
Not quite.
Good, because I shit. Okay.
I'm gonna butcher this.
Well, it stands to reason whoever was carving it maybe wasn't the most skilled carver.
Yes. So it is Avicen's symbol reversed. So it's flipped upside down.
Ooh. Sort of indicative of what we just heard about.
So yeah, it looks kind of like a spiked collar, but it's kind of horseshoe-esque in its upside down form.
So like an upside down U?
Like that?
Yeah, so and then flip it.
Oh, okay.
Pardon me.
So
an upside down, a horseshoe with its luck running.
So that,
the way you're not supposed to hang it on the wall,
okay.
right?
Yeah, it looks like that. Over and over again. Yeah.
It's Darkseid. Darkseid is.
Okay.
I mean, Marley doesn't know it's Avicen's.
Right, but
You actually notice that symbol would be at the bottom of Ariel's battle axe that she carries, but it's been broken, as if only half of it is there.
So does that your symbol is broken or the blade is broken?
Yeah, the symbol part down at the bottom, where it would have been at the bottom.
Like the
handle of
pommel?
battle axe. Yeah.
The hand? Okay, cool.
Okay. So inside, Ariel and Marley notice that. Outside, Storm, you're standing there with this guy, looking in on your friends and occasionally looking out to him.
I'm playing my counter charm idly. Nothing's gonna harm us.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
As you do, you can see he at some point stretches and kind of scratches at his collar. And when he does, he pulls down his cloak a little bit, and with your dirty 20, you can see that he seems to have gills in his neck.
See, this is why we don't go swimming in the Shadowfell.
Okay. All right. I'm accepting. Just there's all kinds of people, all kinds of critters from Farmer Vincent's fritters. As an old saying, my pop used to say.
Have some experience with Ghouls, as we understand.
That's right. So, I speak to him in Aquan.
Okay.
I speak Aquan, actually.
You
from
do
dating
speak Aquan from dating
Testadura.
your merfolk girlfriend.
My merfolk girlfriend. My mer girl. And I say, would you like a drink of water, friend? In Aquan.
He will turn to look at you and say, always. You speak the elated tongue?
I speak the tongue, I do. And I offer him some water from a canteen.
Okay. He will take it and drink it thirstily.
I say, please. Fulfill their thirst.
He will look at it and then stare off into the lake and turn to you and say, you and your friends are most interesting, continuing to speak in Aquan. Mm-hmm. Where did you see the true way?
I'm going to roll an insight check to try and figure out how to answer this the best way. 16. Do I get a sense like it's religious or?
Yeah, you're getting some kind of definitely some kind of religious vibe from him.
Dagon cult kind of shit. Okay, I'm gonna say, I became familiar with the way when I visited the undersea kingdoms of where I live, and I made alliances and friendships, played music in the merfolk courts, and performed athletic competitions. It is true. It's a great acclaim. So I became acquainted with the way then. So do you want a bluff check, or do we think that there's enough? Do we think there's enough grains of truth in the lie that I'm telling?
Give me a deception check with advantage.
Yay! Okay. Boom! Oh, nat 20 and a 17.
Okay.
So I'll take the nat 20.
Yep.
And that's with
wise.
a bonus of 8, so 28.
So he will nod and say, yes, it comes to us all in different ways. When the angels left, I thought we were doomed. But in their stead, there is something far greater here. And, he's just staring at the lake now.
How may we go there?
He says, when you are ready, Khotan comes to you. And perhaps, if we are truly lucky, the other Eldrazi and Amrakul herself will appear.
Well, it is fortuitous that we are here indeed, that we may await the time, and the time of our calling. Thank you for your hospitality. Please, drink more of my water. If there's anything else I can give you, it is mine to offer you.
He will take the canteen from you, and he reaches into his coat, and he pulls out a ceremonial-looking dagger, which has the symbol that Cece showed you a second ago, carved into the hilt. And he starts doing some kind of gestures with it. He drinks. He cuts the back of his hand, because you need to use the palm of your hand.
Right.
Cuts the back of his hand.
Yes, excellent.
Pours water on it. Kind of goes through like cleansing ritual kind of thing, and that takes a couple minutes of you. You're just like,
I'm watching.
Yeah.
Wrapped. I'm taking notes inside my head.
Back inside the hut.
I take a pull of my knickerlickers, and I'm like, what's so interesting about the bed anyway?
You're like fishing in your panties. You pull out a bottle. You start drinking. So awesome.
Halflings wear voluminous pants on purpose.
Ariel and Marley, what would you like to do with the obviously creepy discovery you have found?
Do I know if the church would view this as basically unlawful?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. You are inverting the symbol, even in her current less than ideal state, perhaps is the polite way to put it. This is an inversion of her symbol, and that is not good.
And just real quick, so you mentioned Khotan, Emrakul, and who else?
For
my notes.
Eldrazi?
Eldrazi?
Okay.
I believe I'm saying that.
But it was, and the other Eldrazi, right? As if that was
Yes.
Yeah, it's a race.
I think at this point, Ariel probably is going to storm back out and confront this guy.
Okay. Hester.
Not big on words, your new friend, Marley.
Yeah, that seems about to check out if this place is like my home. Also, there's a bunch of symbols on the wall. That's probably not good.
Yeah, that's
we should
probably not just on a bedpost kind of thing. The old one that got away.
Yeah, it's more like the crazy person writing on the wall. Kind of.
Over and over again thing.
How could you tell the difference? That's good.
Sometimes it's like you just want to see your name again and you're not in your notebook. But look at this one. Anyway, we're not talking yet because I'm still out hanging out with Dude. I'm singing a sea shanty. Singing a song that I learned down in my world, Testadura. Teaching it
sort
to
of a
him.
local version of Metallica Rules. With 3 Z's that look like lightning bolts.
It's like the S that everybody draws on their notebook.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Pillows.
The Kiss logo over and over again.
Right.
Okay. So Ariel goes out to confront this fellow, and yeah, you can see Storm is singing a sea shanty and kind of staring at him as he seems to be finishing up something and hands Storm back a canteen.
I look at this individual and I say, "You have been charged with defiling the symbol of Avacyn. How do you plead?"
He will say, "Guilty." Everyone roll initiative.
So is she with the church or what the fuck?
I'm right next to him, right? Holding, like, he's handing the canteen and saying guilty at
Yes.
the same time? Or is it like, healthy? Huh? Kaboom.
Yeah, what?
Meow.
What? Did anyone get above a 20?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's for
Marty.
sure as shit not true. No.
What'd you get? Nice.
23.
23 from Marley.
Well, you know what? You saw what was coming. You're like, oh shit.
15 to 20. Anybody?
15.
15?
16.
Mhm.
15 and 16.
I'll save you from from going down the scale more and more. I'm at a 5.
Okay.
Wait, somehow Ariel wasn't prepared for the answer.
I think she was really taken aback by the plea of guilty.
Wait, no, you're supposed to plead for your life. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, lie about it.
Okay. Marley, you get to go first.
Okay, so bonus action bear spirit. Let's start off with that.
Imaginary bear.
So big shadowy bear bursts forth out of Marley and covers the group and gives us 13 extra temporary hit points. And
Wow.
also advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while you're in the aura.
Yes, excellent.
And that's just a bonus action. Okay.
Thank you.
So after that,
Oh, shoot.
let's throw an ice knife at him.
That's
I
nice.
assume that I'm still coming out of like the shack
Yes.
or whatever when he turns suddenly aggro.
He just answered the question honestly. What if in every courtroom, if someone pleaded guilty, the judge goes, roll initiative?
Well, only one way to deal with this.
So I have to make
It's a roll-off, guys. The lawyers are like rolling 20s at each other.
Okay, so I have to make a ranged spell attack on him. So does a 23 hit?
No, terrible miss. Absolutely. Of course it hits.
Okay. So then one.
Does a 23 hit the guy by the shack?
The guy wearing a coat. He's wearing a raincoat.
So
He could be Odin or something. Come on, man.
That's true. Does he have both eyes?
He does. They're
Okay, well.
weird, but he has both of them. Let's see.
One eye spread over two holes would look weird.
It
So-
would.
Unfortunately, I only did one whole stinking damage with it.
Ice
Oh.
damage, though.
Piercing damage. And
cold.
then it explodes and there's no other. Oh,
Doesn't it hit
Two
people
people
who are
awfully
adjacent
close
to him? I'm right next to him.
anyone within 5 feet has to succeed on a dexterity saving.
Okay, here I go. Meow! Oh, okay. Natural 18 plus 300 plus 6, 24, I think. I don't take half damage because it's a cantrip, right?
You also, are you within 10 feet of me? Because you get another +4 if you are.
Yeah, nice.
No.
Oh, look at that. She considers us allies.
Well, at least one of you.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
That's true.
Yeah. Very fair.
That's true. It is the one that's been, like, allowed to speak. You may speak. You go clean your litter box.
And yeah, then I'm gonna move closer.
Okay.
I'll at least step in front of Hester or try and get in front of Storm if I can to try and.
So, since I
No,
haven't
that's
moved, but I made my dex save, does it play mechanic like I jump straight up in the air and jump
Well-
straight back down, kind of, or?
Does he take half damage on a successful dex save?
It's a cantrip, right?
It's a first
Oh, no,
level
it's a
spell.
It is
spell.
not.
It
No,
is.
it is a spell.
Says
will
the
take
target
damage.
and each creature within. Oh, the target also has to make a dex
Okay.
saving throw.
Yes, it explodes in all directions.
Uh,
I actually think it might be save and pass, but
Yeah, it's save and pass.
okay.
It's
Okay.
either. Yeah, because it's a additional effect on the spell. It's
yeah, I don't have half damage
Oh,
noted
right.
on my sheet, so either I
Great.
did a terrible
Okay.
job or
So I was able to dodge it.
Okay.
Yeah.
excellent.
And he will fail.
Okay, so he
Excellent.
takes 2d6 damage.
Okay.
Glad I missed that.
So that's going to be
Mhm.
9.
Okay.
Of course, it does mitigate it if you do something like that, because you buff us out first. You know what I mean? You gave us those 13 temps.
Yeah.
And then if we get hit with anything, it's kind of like... who
Yeah,
cares?
those are her hit points to take away from you.
Right. I raised you, I can take you out. You know, right.
I gave you nothing to go inside and take them away from you.
Hold on. Garrett's frozen again.
Uh-oh.
It's just his fan.
Oh, wait.
See?
There we go. Okay, he's back. Okay, good.
Excellent.
It's that ice knife.
We see
Yeah.
it froze the internet too.
Yeah, it froze. Well, it
Okay.
failed. The internet's failed its saving throw.
Okay, so that's Marley. Hester.
No, yes, great, fantastic.
Your ears are glowing, Hester.
They do that when danger is near.
I see. It's your Hesty sense.
Yes.
My Hesty sense is tingling.
Have you had Willow summoned this whole time?
No, I have not,
Okay.
which is going to come up. But first off, I want to see. I don't really
Although she is
terribly
a
want to
danger
mix it
hoe.
up, do I? So no, the first thing I do is summon Willow.
Okay.
So yes, I can put her within 30 to 60 feet, right? So I will put her behind Ariel and bless Marley's protective spirit, but I would like to move 25 feet in a non-line, non-grouped kind of angle.
So
Protect you, Hester. Just walk away.
You're doing great.
um,
Use prestidigitation to throw my voice behind her. Yep, nope. Heading on.
and Ariel behind you, as Hester summons for familiar, an owl appears behind you.
Careful, she's a real danger hoe. And this is still within the same 8 hours, I presume, as my last mage armor. I have the spell slot. dedicated.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
We teleported and such.
Yeah. Storm of Stars.
Okay, so do I still have my protection from evil and good up? Is it within the 10 minutes? What is it, 10 minutes, I think?
Yeah, if you casted it when you landed.
I did.
Yeah,
When we
then-
started walking up to the house
This.
towards the dude. I cast it when I was feline agilitying forward.
Yes.
Then yeah. Let's say
Okay.
it's the tail end of that, but after this
Great.
fight, it'll probably go away. But yeah.
Great. Okay. So I've got it up. Protection. So he handed me this canteen.
Mm-hmm.
Can I close the lid as a little interact with object free thing?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm gonna plug that up. It's still on me. I don't know what's happening. I know that he said it sounded bad, but everything sounds bad when Ariel says it, so I'm not quite sure how to take it. But Marley just threw an ice knife at this dude and got all shadow bear, so
Yeah.
I am going to
Marley kicked open a door and threw out an ice knife. It's like a Nick Cage movie over here.
totally and
Oh, if only I was still recruiting for the church.
I'm going to change him into a fish.
Oh, he's
Wisdom
gonna
saving throw.
love that.
I thought I'm not necessarily hostile to this guy. So, wisdom a 16. He
He
needs.
will roll a natural 20.
Oh,
Mm.
spell slot gone. All right. Okay, I am going to bonus action give inspiration to my new friend.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, Ariel, may your influence swell. And you get imbued with this song. I flap my gums around you. My whiskers are everywhere while I'm singing this. And then I'm going to move away from dude. I'm gonna. I will get 30 away.
Okay.
That's gonna give. Is he close enough to do an op attack?
No.
If you,
Okay.
if he was close enough to dodge an ice knife, he's not close enough to get
Oh,
an
then
opportunity
that's
attack?
true. Yes.
I'm within 5, so if he's.
I mean, same
hostile
team and
towards
all
me,
that, but
I mean, all I did was take the canteen, as far as he knows, from me, and then
yes, you're within canteen reaching.
I went wiggle wagga, meow, and nothing happened. So.
Okay, hold on a second.
Don't worry, I'm sure his creepy cult dagger doesn't have any special effects.
No, why would it?
He just-
Now that he's blood
He just
sweat
made
all
some
over.
weird cult water for me with his blood in it, so that's why I got it. I'll check it out later. Could come in handy.
It was like
Well,
this
I've-
when I got it.
Look, I bought your canteen kit, and it had cult water in it. Can I exchange it for another one, or is it out of warranty?
Okay, he does a whopping 3 piercing damage
automatically.
to you. He did roll. He rolled a 25. He rolled really well.
I will let him hit me.
Yeah.
That's fair,
so
and you.
On dice.
All right. So how much? 3?
3 piercing damage. Yeah.
Great. So now I have 10 tips. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. I'm away. And I've down 1 inspiration. Okay. Cool.
Oh, and what size die is your inspiration?
My inspa at this level is a die 8.
Okay.
For 8th level.
Sweet.
Okay. So. Bubbling from the lake itself.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh boy.
You can see bubbles appear at the center of the lake. The guy on the boat, you can hear him Wilhelm scream as he falls off the boat.
Wonderful.
And
he wasn't in on it, clearly.
no.
Yeah.
And a wave will rush towards you all, and appearing on the shore is a creature that looks like that.
Oh, great.
Lord have mercy. Actual mercy, please, Andrew.
Now I know, and I'm so glad I have protection from evil and good on.
Ioun preserve us. But she should not take as an endorsement.
So is he like in the shallows?
Yeah, he's popped up out of the shallows.
And so if I move 30 feet away from dude... I did not say I was moving closer to the lake. I will point that out.
No, so no one is close enough for the aboleth to attack.
I've
A
never
is
met an
for
aboleth
aboleth.
before.
And
B is for
that's
aboleth.
why we don't just go jumping
C
into
is
lakes.
for aboleth.
Oh
D
no.
is for aboleth.
The deep speech alphabet is taking hold. He has the aclo.
Ariel, it is your turn.
Well, that threw a monkey wrench into the plan.
I believe it's an aboleth wrench.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're so slimy though.
Good news, the rest of the campaign is building a temple for our new aboleth master.
All right. Well,
They have a great health plan.
I am. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Thunderous Smite.
Okay.
Yes.
As I pull out my battle axe, and I'm going to. Is this aboleth within 30 feet?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to go splashing into the shallows and take my battle axe to this thing.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to need that inspiration. I don't even know if it's going to help.
You have 2 attacks.
I don't
Right.
know. How about 17?
17 is a hit.
Oh, well, the inspiration helped because it was an 8.
Great.
All right. So that is going to be
I knew you could do it.
8. I'm going to spend another slot to use my divine smite.
Mm-hmm.
So 8. 2 1s. 10. Thunderous smite. Another 8. That's 18 damage. And it needs to make a strength saving throw from the Thunderous smite.
Oh my god, it will fail.
DC is only 15, but if it fails, it is pushed 10 feet away from me and knocked prone.
Nice.
I don't know that's possible.
It's very shallow water.
Aboleths squabble, but they don't.
it's flopping. The tentacles are up in the air.
It is not immune to being prone, so it is
Fantastic.
knocked prone. So, I'm sorry, you
Alright.
did 18 damage? Was that how much you did?
18 altogether. Yeah, it was 8 thunder if it matters, and then 10 slashing.
Okay, so it probably screams at you as you approach it, and you just take your axe and knock it back 10 feet, and it's just, oh, come on.
Come on.
You're supposed to be terrified of me.
I'm gonna applaud as a free action.
Okay. The cultist will go. And no one is standing near each other, which he does not like.
Almost as if on purpose.
So,
In university, I was forced to take several phys ed credits, including Get the Hell Out of the Way of Fireball and Don't Stand in a Line. They're very specific classes. It was a magic school.
I took GTFO too. It's a good one.
yeah. The worst wizard in the class was put in front of the room, and you had to dodge his fireballs. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. So, Hester.
Oh, fantastic. What did I do? No,
You
go
haven't
ahead.
done anything yet to this dude.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
I can. What's in it for me?
Not taking lightning damage?
Okay, well, oh boy, really wasting
Yikes.
that. Alright, do I have anything particularly rad that I can bring to bear?
You're not wearing metal. That's probably a plus, right?
That helps, yes, for sure. Okay, so that is an 18.
Okay. So that is a success.
I should hope so. The universe is supposed to be charmed by me.
Well, you can say they got struck by lightning more than once.
Well, contextualized. Thank you, Andrew.
Each strike, you get another gray streak in your hair.
Yes, as seen on my character art.
Okay.
You're the rogue we've all been dreaming for.
So he takes his dagger in his bloody hand, and he gestures to the sky, and he starts chanting something in Aquan. And a cloud appears above you all, and lightning strikes at
Because I understand Aquan, damn it.
Okay, hold on. It is countered.
Buffering.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
So
Yay.
I applaud
Take
back.
another- Yes, I deeply bow.
So a dark cloud appears, and lightning starts to arc down and gets just above Hester's head before Storm cancels it with a counter spell, and the lightning just kind of fades and fizzles in harmless sparks around the Hester.
I'm sorry to say someone peed my pants.
It's like all you got was the shock after somebody shuffles their feet on the carpet.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh!
I know I shouldn't complain, but it's smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, bless you, Storm.
Gesundheit.
Marley. There is a cultist and an aboleth.
Okay, so I want things to get anime AF in here. So I would like to pull out my sword.
Okay.
And I would like to use my shadow phase step
Okay.
to pop right next to Creepy Dagger Dude.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I'd like to smack him with my sword.
Okay.
That is not how swords work. Stab or perhaps slash him.
Nope.
I'm sure smacking is.
I
If you
have
keep
all
it
the room to
sheathed, it
talk.
could be bludgeoning. Yeah.
Ah, bummer days. I'm assuming a 10 doesn't hit.
He is an unarmored spellcaster. A 10 is his armor class.
Yeah,
Sick. Okay,
fantastic.
so
Slice and
he is
dice.
going to take 8 points of damage slashing. And I have resist all for the next round.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
It's from my shadow face step thing.
Yes, it's from some shit soup made
I
up.
was about to say, it sounds like some more bullshit soup made up.
I have the book of the bullshit soup spells right here. I love
Among my favorites.
it. I love that book.
Yeah, it's one of the better books they've made.
For sure.
Soup's Guide to Made Up Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Is this on DM's Guild? Where can I get this?
We should make
Pretty much
that
all
book.
of Xanathar.
It's all of Xanathar's guide. We refer to
Yeah,
as Soup's
basically.
Guide of Made
The
Up
spell
Bullshit.
section.
Yeah,
the
'cause
racial
I
section.
can't-
all that
I
stuff.
recall that now.
Yeah, I can't even remember what spell. Oh, Phantasmal Dragon or whatever the hell. I was like, that spell's not real. You are making this up.
Completely made up.
Oh, was that when you guys did that one high level game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's right.
Synaptic Static is bullshit.
Yep, Steel Wind
Oh,
Strike, that's anime
fucking
bullshit.
Strike is
Rain
anime
Fireball
bullshit.
is the bomb. I look forward to that spell.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else on your turn, Marley?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Stay right up in his face.
Hester.
Okay, well, I'm quite put out, aren't I? Well, shoot. I don't know where to go with Willow, but it has been established that she is some sort of danger hoe, so I think she goes to the biggest danger. Oh no, the giant monster, jelly monster, is prone, correct?
Yes. Yes.
That is advantage on melee attacks.
Yes.
Okay. But I don't have melee attacks. So, because I am rather put out by... oh, boy, I don't... No, see, they're all saves, aren't they? Willow will take it personally that I was almost personally aggrieved and fly up, commit to the help action against the cultist.
Okay.
And then fly the rest of her speed without opening herself to opportunity attacks, because that's some shit owls do.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will frostbite the aboleth.
Okay.
Making sure I want to do that.
That slows it, is that right?
It will give a disadvantage on its next attack.
Oh.
So it makes a
okay. That's the
Constitution
one.
saving
Right.
throw.
It will roll a 13.
It will roll a 2.
Okay.
I see into the other universe where it done goofed it. And goofed it hard.
Okay.
Well, all right. It's only so great, but it's 6 total ice damage.
Okay.
Let me make sure that that's true. So yes, it's cold damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay. And what's your other...
And I will shout something like very like battle ready, like I did that to Ariel.
and what's your other portent roll?
The other one's a 20.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Excellent.
holding on to that one.
Oh, that's right. You had exact... I remember the opposite
Yes.
ends.
The only benefit of us not having had a long rest before coming to the dread realm of Magic the Gathering is that I still have those rad AF rolls.
Um,
You
And
give
I will
that...
nudge myself like another 10 feet, but I want to stay within bear totem range.
Okay. Get up there.
As long as you're within 30 feet of...
Okay. So another 10 feet from Marley and... So another 10 feet from Marley, probably closer to Ariel.
Okay.
In that way. And probably remaining equidistant from Storm, who's probably the fulcrum of the whole thing.
Okay. And speaking of, it is Storm of Stars' turn.
Meow. Okay.
You have advantage on a cultist should you choose to accept it.
That aboleth worries me.
Of course.
What do I know? Let me do an. I want to do an Arcana check to get a sense of how effective a polymorph against this thing would be. So I'm gonna roll to see what I know about them.
Okay.
Shit. I fucking rolled a 2. Plus, yeah, I don't know shit. I'm gonna have to take a chance. I'm gonna try and polymorph him.
Okay.
Into, and then what is the water like? Is it salt water by any chance? Is it a salt lake?
It is not a salt lake. It is fresh water.
Damn it. I want to turn him into a snail and haha.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
But it would immediately take its damage, right, and be an aboleth.
I guess. What if all that instant sizzle? Come on. Alright. Yeah, spell save DC is 16.
I'm trying to see if it has anything. Otherwise, it is going to fail.
Alright, what do I turn it into?
Wisdom or charisma?
Wisdom.
It has a decent wisdom score, but it only rolled a 10.
And it doesn't have legendary resistance?
It does not. That's what I was trying to find.
Okay, what am I turning this into? I'm gonna turn it into a one of those puffball anemones. It's really big and just floats on top of water.
Okay.
And it's kind of harmless. Easy to spot. It's bright. I'm not gonna lose it. Okay, so Alakazam. He's a puffball.
Okay.
And as a...
Do you not have to touch it to get that to happen?
Oh no, polymorph is a point and shoot.
Is it really?
Thing. Yeah, 60 feet range. It's a goodie.
It is.
I like it. I like it. That's my second 4th level spell slot. So I'm out of those. So now, yeah, he's floating there, and you are adjacent, Ariel. That's right. I'm gonna. So does that mean any of his? He's a puffball now, so his aboleth powers are not operant, right?
Correct.
Okay, groovy. I'm gonna get up on his grill. I'm gonna try and stay out of that water. Maybe not. Shit. What am I gonna do? I'll stay where I am. I'm gonna give inspiration to the paladin again. I'm gonna say, Ariel, you did so well. You deserve to do well again, my friend. Impromptu.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
It is Khotan the Mind Gorger's turn, but it's a stupid fish, so...
It's got like a 2 intelligence.
Yeah. It has none of its cool legendary actions. It can't do jack shit. And it doesn't get a save, right? Polymorph is just until somebody hits it.
Yeah, so... I mean, if we can bamf it to another dimension or something, if we can banish it, that would be fucking awesome. Banish it to a desert planet or something.
But I hope that the whole title plate still comes above it. Khotan, the Mind Gorger.
Right. That's exactly.
It's just...
It's a glitch where if you target it before the plate comes up, it'll fail its polymorph save, and then
yes.
Because I cast polymorph, however, my protection from evil and good is dropped.
Okay.
Oh yes.
The concentration spells. So
and
NB to you.
Ariel, it is your turn. The giant, horrifying aberration you are fighting is now like a beach ball with eyes.
Can I take a glance back and just look at the cultist? Has his expression or sort of how he's engaged, has that changed at all?
Yes, he seems devastated that you have banished his god or something. Just like he's at a total loss for words. He's sputtering. He's kind of, you can see him trying to regain some composure at perhaps something he can do can bring the god back, but doesn't know what.
So it's obvious, though, that he's not like, he wasn't under a mind influence then. He's just all about this thing.
Yes, if it was some kind of mind influence, it has long enough taken hold that it's just going to stick. It's not, getting rid of the aboleth wasn't going to cure him.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, I think I'm going to... I'm going to use my bonus action to use my Vow of Enmity against the Cultist. And I'm going to say, and when I raise my battle axe on high and my hand takes hold on judgment, I will take vengeance upon...
No.
Garlic bread.
Upon thee, I presume.
Someone cast time stop on him. Damn it!
Man,
It's a
On
9th
my
level
enemy.
wizard around here.
oh, damn it.
Almost caught up.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, we heard...
Please repeat what you said.
Yes, we heard almost all of your Vow of Enmity, but if you could repeat it, that would be great, because it was cool. Oh, damn it.
Damn it.
Again?
Oh,
Okay, they were...
Yes, unfortunately.
It's the fan blades, man.
It's
that divine magic.
Hold on a second.
Innistrad doesn't like it.
You're so close.
Discord hates a plot. Discord hates...
Sure does. Yeah.
Hold, please.
Holding.
Excellent work, CC.
Oh,
That's me. I'm trying.
cool.
Are we in technical difficulties mode?
Yes. Oh, we're still... We got our voices, but whatever. We got little dots. Although they changed from the circle to little dots that do a dance.
Yes.
yeah, they did a lot of UI changes.
UI.
User interface. Like the little status things that you have on.
Oh yeah, they're a little different.
Right.
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
Very close.
Yeah, the weather's not bad, right?
And you said
Yeah.
he's really local.
He's hold on, let me mute us. Okay.
Yeah, we beat Manchun. So.
No. Now we're back on. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for putting up with some technical difficulties. I will edit this into a coherent YouTube video. So, we figured it out, we think. To recap, the aboleth has been turned into a puffball. Ariel just looked at the cultist to see he has lost face a little bit, and Ariel was saying a really cool oath of enmity to him. And that's where we will pick back up.
All right, let's try this one more time. And when I raise my battle axe on high and my hand takes hold on judgment, I will take vengeance upon my enemies, and I will reward those that hate me. And I charge this cultist down with my battle axe.
Okay.
My vow of enmity giving me advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Not great. I have inspiration.
You do have an inspiration.
You do.
Also not great.
Oh, no.
So when you roll 2 3s.
Okay.
Oh, but this he's got low AC, right?
He's got
so
real low AC.
How about an 11?
And 11 hits.
Excellent.
Yay. All right, just for added effect then, I'm going to use a level 2 slot to do some Divine Smite. And my Thunderous Smite's still up too, so...
Okay.
12, 14, 16, 21, plus 6 is 27 damage altogether. And if there's any cultists left, it needs to make a strength save.
There is no cultist left, as he is cut down as radiant energy and divine and a thunderous crackle slams him hard into the soft shore of the lake.
Okay. I walk over to the cultist, and I use my battle axe to behead him.
Okay.
And then I take out a little dopper of black ink and a paintbrush, and I paint the head. I blacken in the eyes so that it pulls up enough where the black runs down, almost as if there are tear stains down his face.
Okay.
And I whisper, just as my beloved soul cries out to me, so too shall your soul cry out for eternity, but may no one hear you.
So, you whisper that?
Mm-hmm.
And
cold shit,
Marley's
yeah.
just gonna look at her like Nauta and FLCL.
Yeah, Storm is maintaining concentration on his spell, but he's very, like, what? You know, yeah. And he has
I don't know that Hester's saying it, but she's thinking it's gross. It's just all that's very gross.
And I think, because we did run up against it a little bit with that, the death of the cultist and Ariel's ritual, that is where we should end the episode, and we will pick up there next time. So, outros and plugs. Timothy.
Hi, I'm Timothy, aka Timothy Magic on Twitter, Timothy McCown Reynolds on Instagram for art and stuff. I would like to plug the Eat the Rich anthology, which is going to be coming up on the DM's Guild in the autumn. We've been given leave to promote it now. Myself and Cece are both going to be working on that. I'm writing an adventure and doing some art, and Cece's doing art. So I'm going to plug that. Hashtag Eat the Rich anthology.
Okay. Cece, what would you like to plug?
Hi, I'm Cece, aka Soup, aka Soupska on Twitter and Instagram. I do artwork. I did everybody's portrait except for Storm's, and I did our overlay, and I like to do a lot of art of our characters. So if you like it, come check me out.
Garret, thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything you'd like to plug or outro?
It was an absolute blast. I'd like to plug into some better internet if I ever come back. Every Saturday, Power Score RPG. Sean's running us through Hell's Rebels right now, which is a Pathfinder converted for D&D 5e. Really fun stuff. And occasionally on It's Ramrod Dude, I'll do some Rappin' Athuk as I have time.
And Marty.
Lovely, yes. Absolutely. Thank you to Garret. Please give him all the follows and all of that. And I would just like to plug that all inns and taverns are totally double entendres. The half-mast, really? Wink.
I'm Andy Hatton at Andy Hatton on Twitter.
God damn it.
It's a spooky episode, so I brought my hands back. Next week, not quite sure what we're doing on Monday yet, but we'll figure it out soon. And Task Force Unlikely is still in the Shadowfell. They're possibly, maybe about to meet the Raven Queen, and everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Perfectly fine.
Have a great night, everybody.
Or don't. Don't let us tell you what to do.
No, do whatever you want.
Have a great night.